Manchester City have just beaten Borussia Dortmund 4-1 at the Etihad Stadium. Phil Foden, absolute quality tonight. I think that's the best that I've seen from him in at least good 10 to 12 months. I think with Foden on this form, City can beat anybody. I know people will say Haaland and everything, but when Foden's on it, he's one of the best players in the world. O'Reilly was really good tonight. Nico O'Reilly. Nico Gonzalez, good again. Donnarumma was very good when called upon. Our defence is still shaky, don't get me wrong, and we're not having as much possession as previous City teams of the old, say 23-24 City, the treble winners City, Centurions, Formidables, but it's nice to see us putting our chances away, because the amount of times over the last few years where we've come out of games where we haven't won and it's been down to missed chances and the defence has cost us as well. I think the defence is still sloppy. We did give away quite a few big chances. Adeyemi had one where Donnarumma saved it. There was one in the second half where Donnarumma made a big save as well. But the thing is, at least when we make defensive cock-ups, we've got a goalkeeper that we can rely on. He's not going to save every single shot, obviously, because it's football and it's not going to work like that. But I think he's more reliable as a shot stopper than what Edison is. Might not be nowhere near as good on the ball, but that bit where he came out when there was a misunderstanding at the back and he put the challenge in, that was important because that was up 3-1. If they go and make that 3-2, then you never know what could happen. Then they could have made a comeback. But Donnarumma, fantastic there. Haaland on the goal scoring trail again. That's 5 goals in consecutive games. 5 games in a row, basically, that he scored for 3 different clubs. Manchester City, RB Salzburg and Borussia Dortmund. Impressive record, that. Ryan Cherky scored as well when he came off the bench. And also, I want to mention, John Stones, he made a crucial block at 3-1 as well. Dortmund didn't play bad. They just weren't as good, in the final third as us. And they wasn't, because our attacking quality is more impressive than what theirs is. When we made mistakes, we could get away with it. But when they made mistakes, they was made to pay for it. They're not a bad side, Dortmund. I do think they will go through to the knockout phase as well as us. Because I think that they're a good possession-based side. It's just that they're not scoring enough goals. And their defence sometimes lets them down. But man of the match, Phil Foden, got to be. Even though, I thought Nico O'Reilly was really good as well. He was pushing up further up the pitch as well. He had a few chances to score as well. I don't think he's good enough to be a midfielder yet, though. Because I think defensively, he's doing pretty well. Just sometimes, on the ball, he loses the ball and it ends up causing himself and City as a team as a whole trouble. But I think the defence has to improve for Liverpool. But I think with our attacking play, we can win the game. It all depends on how we defend. Because our defence is still something that constantly worries me. Because we're giving up too many chances. And if Dortmund had a bit more quality, they could have scored maybe more goals than what they did. But Phil Foden, absolute quality. Nico O'Reilly, very good again. I think Savinho, he was better tonight. His finishing still could have been better. The volley where it was, I think it was the second half. I can't really remember. It was early in the second half, I think, where it was a volley, and he could have just brought it down and slotted it home, but he was a bit erratic and he put too much power into the volley. But a very good win, that. I thought that was going to be much difficult than what it actually was. We actually put the game away to them, because Dortmund actually started off pretty well, but once we got onto the score sheet, their game plan went, because their game plan was to hit us on the break and counter-attack, because they know that that's our weakness defensively. But once we scored, their game plan went, because they had to come out them, and they weren't technically good enough to go toe-to-toe with us to get a draw or a win. But I think against Liverpool, Ryan Cherky's got to start. You keep O'Reilly in. You go Gavardio Diaz. I don't know if I trust Mateus Nunes against Salah. Even though Salah's not been the player that he was of previous seasons, I don't know if you trust him against Salah. I think you go Cousinov there. Because I think Stones, even though I love him and he's my favourite player, I think if you're playing him in this game, you've got to play him as like a double pivot, like with Nico G. I don't think it's the right thing to do, to play him in the defence of Liverpool's speed and attack with like Ekitike, Salah, Gakpo. So that's all I've got to say, really. Fantastic result for the boys. It takes off pressure for like games like if we can beat Leverkusen as well, that would take off pressure for the Real Madrid game. And I think if we can go to Real Madrid like not needing to win, obviously it would be fantastic to win. It would be really nice to win. But I think if we can go there with like less pressure, then I'd be happy with that. And I think Haaland's overall game is improving massively. Savinho, I still don't think he's a good enough to start. But Donnarumma, like when called upon, is very reliable. And we need to stop dicking around with it at the back, though, because that got us in problems in the first half and second half. And I don't understand, whenever we go like 3-0 up, we always take our foot off the gas. Like, I don't get why we can't go out and kill them, and well, not kill them like literally, obviously, but like go out and score 4 or 5 like we used to in the past. I know we've got big games coming up, but there's no need to like get so sloppy and start passing around the back and stuff. And Doku also, he played well tonight. He weren't like always getting the ball, but like when he was on it, he was effective. But we need to put more crosses into the box for Haaland, that's for sure. Like, I don't get why our wingers don't do that. But fantastic win for the boys. Good performance. I think the first half was better than the second half. Because even though we scored the same amount of goals in the first half compared to the second half, I think we was giving up more sloppy chances than what we were in the first half. But a massive win for the boys. And it's been a good week so far. A victory against Bournemouth and a victory against Dortmund. Now we need to make it 3 out of 3 against Liverpool and up the Blues. Come on, see. Do a TikTok now. Like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll do a preview for Liverpool. I might do Premier League predictions as well in the week. And take care. Have a good rest of your week. Bye, everybody. Good night.